So my name is Tim McMahon and I'm the Managing Director of Water for Southern Water, so look after everything to do with drinking water across the South Coast. So we have a lot of pressures facing the water industry at the moment. The biggest one by far is the size of the capital programme that we need to deliver. It's over £100 billion between 2025 and 2030. And as a context, that's about 3 times bigger than what we've been doing over the last 5 years. So that ramp up at pace and having to deliver it more efficiently than ever is a really big challenge for us as a sector. So our regulator Ofwat is starting to take cadence to the fact that we need to invest in our existing asset base. Economic Insight have just put out a paper that shows we are underinvesting in our asset base substantially, and Ofwat are starting to take action in that space, and the government white paper has recommended that we need to invest more in the existing asset base. So we think that the current value is about 3% of our RCV, gets that asset health investment. It should be up to 11%, and you're starting to see that with regulators. So these bigger capital investment programs will be a big part going forward. Our big challenge is we have a really big water plan and a really big waste plan, where the rest of the sector has a big water plan, small waste plan, or a big waste plan, small water plan. So we've got to deliver on both fronts. And that can really be seen in Hampshire. If you look at Hampshire, we've got a huge amount of development and activity happening there. There's the biggest capital programme per population equivalent in the UK for about 100 years in the water sector. That's how big it is. So the Southampton Link Main that you may see is a really good example of that investment. But this is big infrastructure. This is much more challenging infrastructure than we've done historically. Southampton Link Main is actually our biggest water project ever. So it's a really, really exciting but a challenging project for us, because we're having to learn new ways of doing things as we go along. So our workload and size and scale of our programme is very, very different from AMP7 to AMP8, and that's going to continue going forward. If you look at the last 3 AMP periods, actually we've been reducing our capital programme. Customer bills haven't actually gone up, and even after the big bill increase you may have heard in the news recently, that's only 6% higher in real terms versus 2010. So we've seen massive reductions in our capital programme historically. So really AMP7 is just sticky plasters, if I'm quite honest. It was lots of little things just to keep the asset base performing, to improve the performance that we needed to achieve. There were some big projects, but you're talking, my biggest project in AMP7 was £40 million, right? My biggest one this time around is nearly 10 times that size. So the size and scale is very, very different, and therefore we need to do things in a different way. We need to work to programmes and not projects. So we've historically had do this thing on this site or do this thing on this site. Now it's actually do this activity on this site, this outcome, and see you later type approach. So it's much more programmes over projects. So the our sort of behaviour and culture and skills within Southern Water needs to change going forward to meet the problems and opportunities that face us. We have moved definitely much more into a partnership model, and we want to take that even further forward. Maybe not so much into alliance model, but still the sort of the high calibre partnership working. And what that means is we've got problems, we've got challenges, we've got opportunities. We need a partner like a Galliford Try who can help us unlock those. So again, it's not working into sort of projects. It's here's a big £500 billion programme. How do we make that much more effective going forward, much more efficient going forward, delivering customer benefit quicker, environmental benefit quicker? And that's where a clever company like Galliford Try can really help challenge our thinking. So working with partners like Galliford Try really helps Southern Water, helps it through loads of different reasons. If you take health and safety, as our number one measure as a business, there's nothing more important than health and safety. Our performance was really bad 4 years ago, worst in the industry. It's now one of the best in the industry for a water company. And a lot of that's been driven by challenge from our partners, understanding what our partners are doing and sharing best practice. So just doing that has made a big difference to our health and safety performance. We can sort of cherry pick some of the best things they do to deploy in our plan and deliver those benefits. Furthermore, innovation, opportunities and sort of that creates, water sector probably isn't as innovative as it could and should be. Therefore, it'd be very arrogant for me to say we've got it now, we know all the answers. We don't. We need partners who are going to help challenge our thinking to unlock that efficiency or customer benefit going forward. And that's why we've put in the left shift approach in our contractual model, which effectively means you can get more reward, more gain, if you can start projects earlier in the life cycle, because you've got involved earlier, you've come up with the opportunities, you can see as opportunities for yourselves, and therefore that creates opportunity for you and therefore opportunity for us. Modular builds in Southern Water is something we do not do very well. It's DFMA. How can we use the tools and supply chain that you've got and the manufacturing capability that you've got to build modular kit to put it on site quickly and then leave quickly? There is definitely efficiency there, and within Southern Water we don't really support that process as well as we should do. So there's definitely opportunity there. I'm super excited at the water industry. If you look at the last I've been in the industry for 20 years, and have a look at the last 20 years, every 5 years it's been right, we've got to cut some heads, cut the capital programme, not allowed to do this, and it's just the asset base is getting worse and worse and worse. And it's not quite demoralising really, or something you're very passionate on. But the fact now we've got a huge capital programme, 3 times increase, some really exciting projects, some amazing totemic projects, first reservoir in nearly 40 years we're paying for, is really exciting. So it's a really good time to get into the industry, getting good talent in, new sort of investors in to help us deploy that programme is going to be really exciting, because it's not stopping. I can only see it going up and up because of various challenges, be it climate change. You know, Labour, one of Labour's manifesto pledges is around growth, and therefore that means more development, because it's mainly in the southeast and it's already water scarce. And we've also then got an asset base that's getting older and older and older, and we see in the government white paper that it needs to invest. So I just see an industry that's going to get more and more investment going forward because of the challenges that we've got. So therefore I think it's a really exciting time, and say it's the first AMP period of which I've actually got into an AMP period of building a team up, nearly doubling a team, changing our process, doing some really funky transformation and change projects. It's just super exciting time to be in the industry.